Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Taib from houseofkicks.com, and I have a show for you tonight. I'm going to be talking about the Bred 11, and I already did like a post on it like 8 months ago. I don't know if you've missed it. You can go back on my previous YouTube video, or you just go on my website and check out this article that I wrote. When I wrote it, when I did my projection, I came up with 1.7 million, and when I did it, I used a linear model. I'm going to show it to you in a second. But before I do that, I don't need to introduce this Bred 11 because a lot of people know about it. You know about the Bred 11. It's not like I'm showing you something new. It's been around. It came out first in 1996, then in 2001, then we had the CDP, and then we had the Bred 11 in 2012. So it's not like it's something new. All right. So I'm not going to waste your time showing you pictures about it or pictures on it. You can go on Nike.com, or you can also check Soul Collector, Kicks on Fire, or all these other websites. They're going to talk about the history behind it. So I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to stick to what I do best is my numbers, and I'm going to stay in my lane. All right. So when I first wrote the article, I came up with 1.7 million. That's because I used a linear model. And when I used a linear model, I based my information on the Legend Blue 11s and then the 7210s 11s. So when I did it, I came up with a linear equation, and with that linear equation, I was able to predict the numbers and came up with 1.7. Now today, I switched it up a little bit because I didn't use the linear model. I went back to just getting information from retailers and then using that as my way to predict the numbers. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. All right. So I went and found out how many retailers were going to get the shoe. Now, this is a general release, so that means everybody's going to get it. From Foot Locker all the way to the smallest retailer, everyone's going to get it. So it makes it a little bit easier to find the numbers. So when I collected my data, Foot Locker alone has 895 stores. Foot Action has 270, and Champs has 547. Finish Line has 670. Dix has 850, and then Hibbett has 1082. That's just for the major chains. And then we're gonna go back to the minor chains like Downtown Locker Room. They have like 110. Shoe Palace has 150. Chic Shoes has 135, and then Jimmy Jazz 170. Shoe City 39, and Eblens has 38. Then you also have to include sneaker boutiques. Now for the sneaker boutiques, I don't have like their number of locations, so I'm not gonna waste my time trying to figure out how many stores they have per boutique. So what I did was I just put all of them together. And the one that I came up with was Bows and Arrows, Wish ATL, Concept, Extra Butter, Sneaker Politics, Heist NYC, Nice Kicks, Parker Shoes, Social Status, Rock City Kicks, Bodega, Commonwealth, and Foot Zone NYC. Now that we have all the numbers, we can set up the assumptions. And the assumptions are going to go like this. I'm going to give Foot Locker, Champs, and Foot Action about a quarter of the entire production. And I'm also going to give Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action Online about 1/3 of the stock the physical location are getting. Now, we already know that Foot Locker has two separate entities. They have the House of Hoops locations, and they have the regular Foot Lockers. So the House of Hoops locations are about 170. So for the House of Hoops, I'm going to give them 70 pairs per location. And for the regular Foot Locker, we're going to give them 36. For Champs, I'm going to give them 24. And for Foot Action, 24. Now, I'm going to give East Bay about 1/3 of the total allocation Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs are getting online. And then we can run our numbers from there, okay? Now, running our numbers is not going to be that hard. This is just simple arithmetic. So you have 170 times 70, that's for House of Hoops. And then we have 36 times 725, that's for Foot Locker. And 24 times 547, that's for Champs. And then you do have 24 times 270, that's for Foot Action. If you add up all these numbers, you come up with 57,608. And I took that up to 60,000 because I'm taking into consideration the fact that I might have like given some House of Hoops less pairs, because if you live in New York City, or if you live in like big cities like Houston, those locations may get like 250 or 150 pairs. So for the sake of keeping this thing a little bit accurate, I'm going to take it up to 60,000 just to avoid any errors, right? And then for Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs Online, I took the 60,000 and you divide that by three, you get 20,000. Okay, and then East Bay is going to be 20,000, and you divide it by three, you get 6,667. Now the total from Foot Locker, Foot Action, and Champs is going to be adding up all these numbers together. I came up with 86,667. If you take it up and you round it off, you can take it up to like 90,000. Now that's just a grand total for the USA alone. That's like 90,000 times four, and we have 360,000. I think this number is still too little. I think I can take it up to 400,000. For the sake of this poster, I'm going to keep it at 360,000. All right. Now, you have to take into consideration Europe, Asia, and Africa, because in Africa, some places like Morocco or South Africa are going to get the shoe. So if you take the rest of the world into consideration, you can take that number and times it by 4, which I did. And when I did 360,000 by 4, you come up with 440,000 pairs. That's about 1.4 million. Now, in my previous post, when I used the linear model, I came up with 1.7. This time, I came up with 1.4. So the difference is about 300,000. So we'll see what happens when the shoe releases. I do want to add this thing because guys, a lot of guys want to discredit, because they say, well, you don't work for this brand, so how do you know these numbers? I don't know these numbers, so I use the data that's available. So don't quote me on any of these things. I'm just trying to give you a picture of what may happen. So I stay within these boundaries. So I guess I know that at some point, these things are pretty accurate in my own mind. I think they are pretty accurate. Okay. I don't think I'm like extrapolating too much. I don't think I'm like outside of the actual reality. I think the numbers are going to be between 1.2 and 1.7, somewhere around those numbers. So I don't think it's not too far fetched. So I try to give you as accurate information as possible based on my own assumptions. So I just want to make that clear. Okay. Now, the next thing that I did today was I studied the resale value of the shoe on third-party marketplaces. So basically, when I wrote the article, I call it buy, sell, or hold. Now, a lot of guys are gonna try to go for the Bred 11 because everybody knows 11 sell well. But should you buy it? Should you flip it? So that's what I did today. So I collected my data, and I'm gonna show you some of it here. So I went on eBay first, and I got all my data on eBay. I got a few numbers there. Then I also went on StockX, got my numbers on StockX. And then what I did next was I pinned them together, and then I found out what sizes were selling the highest, what sizes were selling the most, and should you buy the shoe, should you flip it. I came up with a profit per marketplace. So on StockX, what profit are you looking at? On eBay, what profit are you looking at? This is the things that I talked about in this article. So you want to make sure you check that out. Now, why am I saying this thing? Because a lot of guys want to do these predictions. And when you do a prediction, you don't just throw random numbers. I study these things. I study the trend. I understand what's going on. And I do this because my background is in mathematics. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just telling you. I love doing this thing. So God has blessed me with a mind to work on this thing. So for me, I love doing this. So when I do this thing, I'm almost doing it like I'm working for myself. Basically, I'm giving you what I would do if I was working for me. So you're getting the best of me. This is what I'm doing. So I'm not just going to give you stuff just to click bait. That's not clickbait. I actually take this thing very seriously. Okay. So to read this article is going to require you to sign up and to subscribe to the website. And I'm going to explain the subscription. The subscription is $7 per month. And for every $7 you pay a month, you get access to all my content, which is, I'm going to show it to you. You're going to get access to all my predictions that I write. All these predictions you're going to get access to it for $7 a month. You're also going to get access to the real versus fake sneakers. That's a big deal too. You're gonna get access to all the articles that I wrote on it. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a couple of things here. I wrote about the blue degrade. That's like 2 days ago. They already have the fake ones, and you may want to check that out. If you've bought your shoe on like eBay or someplace rather than like a store, you may want to check that out. And I'm also going to teach you how to authenticate your own sneakers. All right, and you can check that out too. For $7 a month, you're going to learn all these things. So I take my job very seriously. So what I give you is the best of me. All right, and I need your support to keep going because I'm not gonna just do this thing. And because guys, you understand it takes time. Like every one of these articles that I write, sometimes it takes me about 4 to 5 to 6 hours. Excruciating work. All right, so I'm giving you the best, and I'm expecting you to also support so that I can continue to do this thing for you guys. All right. So to get access to this article, check the description below. I'm gonna have all the links below. I'm gonna have the links to the resale value of the 11th. Check the description below. I'm going to have the link to this real versus fake. Check the link below. I'm going to have also the link to this projection article. Check the links below. All right. Thanks for watching again, and I appreciate your support. Those who continue to watch these things, thanks to you. And I already have some subscription on the website. So those that have subscribed, thanks to you too. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more stuff.